you doing? Welcome to a brand new video, and as always, make sure you hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and also subscribe if you're not a resident of Chi-Town yet. And as always, I thank you sincerely for sitting at my table. Today we are going to dive into a video that unfortunately would not make us kind of feel good, you know what I mean, but it keeps us aware. And I'm not saying to live your life in fear, but what I'm saying is to stay aware, to stay basically prepared, and to also make you understand that anybody can get got in this world. Anybody can get got, you know what I mean? And sometimes you gotta keep yourself under control. Bravado is not the way to go. Sometimes pride can get you got, and it's not worth it. Today we go into a video that basically a situation that happened in Florida. This is the first time I'm watching this video. I'm going through it with you guys for the first time, and every Saturday we're going to go into a law and crime case and basically dissect it with the author who basically is explaining everything. So join me right now, and remember to like the video. Stop playing, it's free. God, it's free to hit the like button. God damn. Anyway, let's dive in. Mom, we can see the title right here, you know what I mean, and we want to see what transpired here, what made all of this take place, you know what I mean. And what I want to say, right, this is what I want to say. A lot of people, we all got friends that think they untouchable. We all got friends that think they can never get got. Listen, anybody can get got, you know what I mean. Anybody can get got. Put that pride away, man. You got one life. You got one life, man. One life. Yeah, there's gonna be points in time in your life that you gotta defend yourself, that you gotta be a man or woman, you know what I mean, and defend yourself and take matters into your own hand, no matter how far it goes, because you're defending your life. But there are cases that basically can be ignored, that you don't even need the confrontation. The only reason the confrontation is happening is because you feel that your pride has been hurt. That is not worth confronting anybody or hitting anybody for. But let's dive into this video and see what transpired.
Of alleged road rage, all caught on camera. Police say this mom was killed celebrating her birthday. Her 19-year-old daughter is now in the ICU fighting for her life. And here are the alleged killers.
You can't make this shit up. Look how young these people are. And that's the thing. A lot of people basically act with foolish bravado because they don't believe the person that you're interacting with would take it that far. You don't know who you're dealing with. You don't know who you're dealing with. You don't know what type of day they had. You got to understand, anybody could be dangerous. Appearances can be very deceiving. Very. Let's continue.
Police say they're a boyfriend-girlfriend duo now in custody after allegedly firing nearly a dozen bullets at the victim's car. All of this stemming from a traffic dispute. We're on the case, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Chris Stewart.
How many bullets are you trying to shoot, man? Like, are you serious? That many? Holy. That's crazy, man.
A day of celebration and joy quickly turned to fear and tragedy on the roads of Panama City, Florida, all because a suspect allegedly decided to take out their anger over a traffic dispute with violence. But before we get to those suspects and their background, I want to start and bring attention to the victims in this story. These are people who police say had no previous history with their alleged attackers. This is 48-year-old Georgianne Garner and her 19-year-old daughter, Marley Lewis. On Saturday, February 22nd, police say Georgianne was celebrating her birthday. She was out with friends and family at a local Mardi Gras parade. And as they left that parade, police say they got into some sort of traffic dispute with people in another vehicle at this intersection in Panama City. Police say the people in that other vehicle started verbally harassing those in Georgianne's car. Then, as you see here in a freeze frame from this video that's been circling on social media, you can see the passenger in the pickup truck pull out a gun, point it out the window, and then open fire. Both Georgianne...
So It was the girl that pulled out the gun? I'm assuming the guy was driving. Listen, as I stated earlier, if you get into a verbal altercation with somebody on the road, because a lot of people know that crimes happen a lot of times when it comes to road rage, when it comes to a situation that's happening on the road, it's not worth getting into any verbal altercation with anybody. Even if you have to apologize, you know what, my bad, I didn't see you, whatever the case may be, you know what I mean? It is what it is. And everybody who watches my channel knows I carry, I have the license to carry. But even though I carry, I still don't show any type of foolish bravado because it's not worth it. I always apologize. I go, yo, you know what, whatever. Yeah, of course, there's going to be days that I'm like, damn, yo, you ain't see me, my dude. But majority of the time, you have to take notice that you don't know who you're dealing with. You don't know what type of day they had. It's not worth getting into any verbal back and forth with anyone these days. Let's continue.
And her daughter Marley were taken to the hospital, and that is where Georgianne passed away. According to this GoFundMe page, at the time of this recording, it's raised more than $14,000. It says that Marley is still in critical condition. It's been giving updates on her condition. It reads that she's currently on a ventilator and, quote, fighting for her life. This GoFundMe page also says that Georgianne was a single mom with 2 kids and, quote, her eyes twinkled when she laughed and glittered when she snorted. She was taken from us far too quickly, and her life was ended by ruthless people with road rage whose hearts were full of hate. Played out on the road because police say that there were bystanders that came in to try and help Georgianne and Marley and the 2 other people who were in their vehicle who were not hit by the gunfire. Then that Dodge pickup truck that the bullets allegedly came from took off. This is what police said about the chase in video posted by WMBB TV. Take a listen.
The officer pursued that vehicle north on Highway 231, eventually landing in the parking lot of the Holiday Inn near the intersection of Highway 231 and Highway 77.
So they chased him.
The vehicle continued to attempt to flee officers, eventually ramming one of our units.
Eventually, these 2 people were taken into custody. Their names, Jubal Simmons and Ivy Bella Encino. Police say Encino was the one behind the wheel, and Simmons was allegedly in the passenger seat and is the one who pulled out the gun and opened fire. Wow. We looked into the social media of these 2, and on Facebook, it shows that they were in a relationship, posting several pictures together, but now they are in custody and both facing serious charges. They also, ironically perhaps, posted pics together with filters, putting devil horns on their head.
Look how innocent she looks in that. It's crazy. Look how innocent she looks in these photos.
Say these 2 didn't know who was in the car that they allegedly fired upon, just that they were having some sort of traffic dispute, a case of road rage. They had no prior history with these victims. They say that Simmons just pulled out a gun and fired nearly a dozen rounds into the car that had Georgianne and Marley inside. They also hit another vehicle that was out on the road. This case forever changing the lives of the people who were inside that car, taking the life of a mom who's just out celebrating with her family. Police say Simmons is facing charges, including 1 count of murder and 3 counts of attempted murder. Here's his picture in the Bay County Jail where he's being held without bond. His girlfriend, Ivy Bella Encino, also facing serious charges, including accessory to murder. Remember, police say she was the one behind the wheel of the vehicle.
Like, you're driving off after you had a verbal altercation with somebody, right? They go around you because obviously when you're driving, you always got your eyes on all 3 mirrors, meaning the rear view mirror and both sides of your mirrors. So after you have an altercation with somebody, your eyes is on them. You know what I mean? I know everybody's had that situation when you had an altercation with somebody on the road. Your eyes is on them. So you're gonna see them when they try to pull out or around you to say something to you. So at that point in time, if that was me, I would think they're just coming over to either throw a bottle or verbal, use some verbal bullshit against me, right? Nobody would ever think that the person would take it as far as to freaking let loose a dozen rounds into your car. That's the last thing you would think. You know what I mean? Who would have thought that this was going to be the last moment of that young mother's life? But this is my first law and crime episode, which I will be doing on Saturdays, and this case is basically, like I said, cut and dry, but it teaches us a lot. You know what I mean? You have to take in consideration the individual you're dealing with when it comes to road rage or any type of situation, whether you're out in the bar drinking, whatever the case may be. You have to take into consideration that you don't know who you're dealing with. Put that pride aside. This world would be so much better if people didn't allow pride to get in the way of their thoughts process when they're in an altercation. Put that shit away and try to deflate the situation. There's a lot of ways you can deflate the situation. And sometimes it may make you look like a coward, but hey, you got your life, right? Make sure you subscribe if you're not a resident of Chi-Town. And as always, I thank you sincerely for sitting at my table. Whew, I'm out of here. Peace.
Arch criminal who must be put away. Another innocent victim of suicidal maniac.